If you've ever woken up in the morning and felt as if your joints had turned to stone overnight, you know the quiet frustration arthritis can bring. The simple act of bending your knees, opening a jar, or climbing a short flight of stairs suddenly feels like climbing a mountain. It can feel unfair, even isolating, when the body no longer moves with the freedom it once had. But what if nature itself had already given us a companion to help fight back? Not in the form of another pill, but a humble root that has been sitting in our kitchens for centuries? I'm Dr. Brian, and welcome to Channel Wellness Blueprint Over 50. Today, I'll be sharing how ginger, yes, that golden skin spice we often use in teas or stir fries, could ease inflammation, reduce pain, and help restore the gift of movement that arthritis tries to steal. I want you to imagine a fireplace on a cold winter's night. When the fire burns gently, it keeps the room warm and comfortable. But if that fire rages out of control, it scorches everything in its path. That in many ways is what inflammation does inside the body. A little bit is useful. It's how we heal from cuts and scrapes. But in arthritis, the fire never quite goes out. Instead, it smolders in the joints, leaving behind pain, stiffness, and swelling that rob people of their freedom to move. Over the years, I've seen countless patients try to dampen that fire with strong medications. Some of those medicines work well, but many come with side effects: stomach ulcers, high blood pressure, and in some cases, even damage to the kidneys or heart. So when I talk about ginger, I don't want you to see it as a miracle cure, but rather as an ally, something gentle, natural, and surprisingly powerful at turning down the heat of inflammation. The secret lies in compounds with names that sound almost musical: gingerols and shoggols. These are bioactive substances found in the knobby ginger root. What they do is a little like sending in skilled firefighters to the blaze. They block the enzymes and chemical signals, such as COX2 and prostaglandins, that fan the flames of inflammation. By slowing down these messengers, ginger helps calm the storm that is raging in arthritic joints. I remember one patient, Margaret, who came to see me in her late 60s. She was a retired teacher, bright and witty, but her osteoarthritis had stolen much of her joy. She couldn't garden anymore, couldn't kneel to tend her roses. She told me, "Dr. Brian, I don't want to be stuck in this chair watching life pass by." While we worked on a medical plan together, she also began drinking ginger tea twice a day. Within a few weeks, she noticed her morning stiffness wasn't as fierce. Her knees didn't scream quite as loudly when she stood up. Was it magic? No. It was the steady, gentle effect of ginger calming that inner fire, little by little. Science backs up what Margaret experienced. A well-regarded study published in Arthritis and Rheumatism tested ginger extract on patients with osteoarthritis of the knee. The results showed significant improvement in pain and mobility compared to placebo. What struck me most as a physician was not only the improvement, but also the safety. Fewer stomach problems than the traditional anti-inflammatory drugs. That kind of evidence makes me pay attention, because it means we're not just telling stories. We're seeing reproducible, measurable results. Beyond inflammation, ginger also touches another layer of arthritis: pain. Pain, of course, is the cruel twin of swelling. It's the constant reminder that something is wrong. The same compounds, gingerols and shoggols, act as natural analgesics. They quiet down the nerve signals that scream pain to the brain. One could compare it to lowering the volume on a radio that's been blaring too loudly. I've also seen patients use ginger topically, applying creams or oils made with ginger extract directly to their knees, hips, or hands. It's not unlike using a warm compress. For some, the relief is almost immediate, especially when the aching is localized. It doesn't replace prescribed medicine when the disease is advanced, but it offers a layer of comfort, one that feels soothing and non-invasive. Now, I'm not saying ginger alone will carry you from pain to perfect health, but when woven into daily routines, whether through a cup of tea, a slice of fresh root in a stir-fry, or a supplement carefully chosen under medical guidance, it can reduce both the swelling and the soreness that come with arthritis. And when that happens, something profound follows: a sense of control. Instead of waiting for the next flare, you start to believe again that you can bend, walk, garden, or play with your grandchildren without wincing. In the end, reducing inflammation and relieving pain is not just about the joints themselves. It's about restoring dignity and independence. It's about waking up and knowing that your day will not be dictated by relentless aching. Ginger, humble as it may seem, has earned its place in the toolkit for arthritis relief. And the best part? Unlike some heavy drugs, it's a remedy that works with the body, not against it. That's why when I think of arthritis pain relief, I often picture this ancient root, small, unassuming, but mighty in what it offers. When we talk about arthritis, the first words that come to mind are usually pain and inflammation. But if you've lived with it, you know there's another thief at work, stiffness. It's that heavy, unyielding feeling, as though your joints have rusted overnight. You want to stand, but your knees argue. You want to reach for the shelf, but your shoulder whispers, not today. That stiffness chips away at mobility, and over time, it can feel like your world is getting smaller. Here's where ginger offers another layer of support. By dialing down inflammation, it indirectly helps joints move more freely. But it does more than that. It also influences the very signals that create stiffness. Think of stiffness like traffic on a highway. Too many cars jammed in one place, nobody moving. Ginger works like a traffic officer waving some cars along, keeping the road open. Specifically, it reduces the levels of inflammatory proteins, called cytokines, that clog up the joints and make them rigid. When those signals quiet down, the traffic eases and mobility improves. I recall a gentleman named Harold, 72, who came into my clinic with rheumatoid arthritis. His mornings were the hardest. He said, "Doctor, by the time I get moving, half the day is gone." We worked on his medications, but he also took an interest in natural options. He started adding grated ginger into his oatmeal each morning. A few weeks later, Harold told me with a smile, "I'm still stiff, but I don't feel like a statue anymore. I can make breakfast without leaning on the counter." That simple change made him feel like he had won part of his morning back. Mobility isn't just about bending joints, it's about life itself. When you can move freely, you participate. You walk with friends, play with grandchildren, tend your garden, dance if you wish. When stiffness loosens, life opens. Ginger, by calming inflammation and easing stiffness, helps pry open that door again. But mobility has another hidden partner, circulation. Imagine a garden. If water doesn't reach the roots, plants wither. Our joints are the same way. They depend on blood flow to deliver oxygen and nutrients and to sweep away waste products that accumulate from daily wear and tear. Poor circulation is like a drought in the garden. The joints starve and toxins build up, worsening pain and stiffness. One of ginger's lesser-known strengths is its ability to improve circulation. The compounds in ginger gently dilate blood vessels, allowing more blood to flow where it's needed. That means more nourishment reaches the cartilage and tissues, and waste products get flushed away more efficiently. It's like turning on a fresh stream to wash through the garden, reviving what was wilting. The benefits don't stop there. Better circulation supports healing in damaged tissues and helps maintain overall joint health. This is especially valuable for older adults, whose circulation naturally slows with age. By keeping blood moving, ginger doesn't just relieve today's stiffness, it may help slow the progression of arthritis over the long term. And there's something more. Circulation isn't just about the joints, it's about the heart. A healthy cardiovascular system ensures the whole body is nourished. Ginger's gentle boost to circulation helps maintain that balance, making it not just a joint-friendly spice, but also a heart-friendly one. That dual action is vital because so many people over 50 face both arthritis and cardiovascular concerns. I remember another patient, Ellen, who used to struggle with walking more than a block. Her knees were stiff, her ankles swollen, and she felt her world shrinking to the size of her living room. She began drinking ginger tea daily and paired it with short walks. Slowly, she noticed she could go 2 blocks, then 3. Was it just the ginger? No, it was the combination of improved circulation, reduced stiffness, and her commitment to movement. Ginger gave her body a nudge, and she took care of the rest. When I think about ginger's role in improving mobility and circulation, I don't just see it as easing a symptom. I see it as giving people back their reach, their stride, their confidence to move in the world. It's the difference between shrinking into a chair and stepping out the front door with purpose. And at the heart of it all is a root that whispers to the body, let's keep moving. There's another hidden villain in arthritis, one that doesn't always make headlines, but does quiet damage day after day. It's called oxidative stress. You can picture it like rust forming on metal left out in the rain. Inside our bodies, unstable molecules called free radicals bump into healthy cells, damaging them little by little. For joints already struggling with arthritis, this rusting speeds up the breakdown of cartilage and fans the flames of inflammation. This is where ginger shines once again, because it isn't only anti-inflammatory, it's also packed with antioxidants. These antioxidants act like a protective shield, neutralizing those free radicals before they can wreak havoc. The gingerols that make ginger spicy are also powerful defenders, helping joints stay healthier for longer. Studies have shown that people with arthritis often have higher levels of oxidative stress markers, including something called C-reactive protein, or CRP. Ginger's antioxidants can help lower CRP, calming the body's alarm system and bringing relief that is both immediate and long-term. I often tell my patients to imagine their joints as the hinges on a beloved old door. Every time you open and close the door, the hinges creak a little. Without oil, they grind down. Antioxidants are like the oil, protecting, preserving, and allowing movement without unnecessary wear. Ginger's role as both an anti-inflammatory and antioxidant makes it uniquely powerful. It doesn't just quiet today's pain, it protects tomorrow's mobility. Now, knowing ginger is good for you is one thing, but weaving it into everyday life is another. The good news is that ginger is versatile, and it can fit into routines without much fuss. For many of my patients, the easiest first step is ginger tea. Simply slice or grate fresh ginger root, steep it in hot water for about 10 minutes, and you have a soothing drink that warms the body and calms the joints. Add a touch of honey or lemon, and it becomes a daily ritual to look forward to. For those who prefer something more convenient, supplements are an option. Ginger capsules or tablets deliver a consistent dose, though I always remind people to consult with their healthcare provider before starting. Some supplements can interact with medications like blood thinners, so it's best to make sure it's safe in your specific situation. Another way to enjoy ginger is through food. Fresh ginger can brighten a stir-fry, add depth to soups, or even give a smoothie a spicy kick. One patient of mine, Carol, loved baking. She began adding ginger powder to her morning muffins. And not only did she enjoy the flavor, but she also felt her hands weren't as stiff when kneading dough. That little adjustment kept her connected to a hobby she loved. Topical applications are also worth mentioning. Ginger-infused oils or creams massaged onto sore joints can provide localized relief, much like applying a warm balm. Some people even make their own at home. Those store-bought preparations are widely available. The key is to do a patch test first, making sure the skin doesn't react, since ginger can be quite potent on the surface. The beauty of ginger is that it doesn't demand a major lifestyle overhaul. It slips naturally into the flow of daily life. A slice in tea, a sprinkle in oatmeal, a capsule with breakfast. Each small act accumulates, creating a steady stream of support for joints. It's a way of saying to the body every single day, I'm on your side. I want you to move freely. I want you to feel better. And when my patients commit to these little habits, I often see something bigger change. Not just their joints, but their outlook. They feel empowered, less at the mercy of their pain, and more in partnership with their own health. Ginger becomes not just a spice or supplement, but a symbol of reclaiming agency. While ginger stands strong on its own, its real power often emerges when paired with other natural allies. I like to think of it as part of an orchestra. One instrument is beautiful, but when others join in, the harmony deepens and the music becomes rich. For arthritis, ginger often blends best with turmeric. Turmeric carries curcumin, another anti-inflammatory powerhouse. When you sip a tea that combines both, it's like sending a well-trained duo into the battlefield. One calms the fire, the other shields the joints. Patients who have tried this combination often tell me they feel the difference more quickly than with either spice alone. Omega-3 fatty acids are another companion. Found in salmon, walnuts, or flax seeds, They reduce joint inflammation from a different angle. Imagine ginger cooling the flames on the outside, while omega-3s douse them from within. Together, they create a fuller, gentler relief. And then there's movement itself. A short walk, light stretches, or gentle yoga. Exercise may feel like the enemy when joints ache, but when paired with ginger's anti-inflammatory benefits, it transforms into a friend. Muscles strengthen, circulation improves, and stiffness loses its grip. What I've seen over and over is that combining ginger with these supportive habits creates not just relief, but resilience. It's not about chasing a cure. It's about building a lifestyle where joints are supported from every direction. In that balance, many find they can once again do the things that bring joy. So here's the truth. Arthritis may be a lifelong companion, but it doesn't have to be the author of your story. Ginger offers us a gentle, natural way to ease inflammation, quiet pain, improve mobility, boost circulation, and protect our joints with antioxidants. And when paired with other remedies and healthy habits, its benefits grow even stronger. My invitation to you is simple. Give this humble root a place in your daily life. You may be surprised at the freedom it helps restore. If you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Together, let's keep moving forward.